Hello and welcome to Mindful Health Hub. Today, we'll be discussing how to mindfully deal with an abusive relationship and how to recognize the patterns of abuse. This video is about the importance of mindfulness in recognizing patterns of abuse and taking care of oneself. The video discusses how mindfulness can help individuals in abusive relationships recognize warning signs, set boundaries, and prioritize their mental health. Abusive relationships can be devastating and often leave individuals feeling helpless and trapped. But with mindfulness, it is possible to recognize the warning signs and take control of your life. Mindfulness is the practice of being present in the moment and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By being mindful, individuals can start to recognize patterns of abuse and take steps to protect themselves. The first step in recognizing patterns of abuse is to be mindful of how you feel when you're with your partner. Do you often feel scared, anxious, or on edge? Do you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells? These are common signs of emotional abuse. And it's important to recognize these patterns in order to take care of yourself. Individuals in abusive relationships often experience gaslighting, manipulation, and other forms of emotional abuse. Gaslighting is a form of emotional abuse where the abuser manipulates the victim into doubting their own thoughts and feelings. Manipulation is another form of emotional abuse where the abuser tries to control the victim's thoughts and actions. By being mindful, individuals can start to recognize when they're being gaslit or manipulated and take steps to protect themselves. Practicing mindfulness in daily life can be a useful tool for recognizing patterns of abuse. This means focusing on the present moment and your own feelings, instead of getting lost in negative thoughts about your partner. By being mindful, individuals can start to recognize when they're being emotionally abused and take steps to protect themselves. Mindfulness can also help individuals in abusive relationships set boundaries and say no to things that make them uncomfortable. It is important to remember that individuals have the right to set boundaries and say no to things that make them uncomfortable. By being mindful and in tune with their own feelings, individuals can take back control of their lives. In addition to setting boundaries, it is important for individuals in abusive relationships to prioritize their own mental health. This means taking time for self-care, seeking out therapy, and finding support from friends and family. It can be difficult to prioritize your own mental health in an abusive relationship, but it is essential for healing and moving forward. Abusive relationships can often leave you feeling helpless and trapped. But with mindfulness, you can start to recognize the warning signs and take control of your life. By being mindful, you can start to recognize when you're being manipulated or gaslit, and you can take steps to protect yourself. Remember, you have the right to set boundaries and say no to things that make you uncomfortable. By being mindful and in tune with your own feelings, you can take back control of your life. I cannot stress this enough. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for recognizing patterns of abuse and taking care of oneself in an abusive relationship. By being mindful, individuals can start to recognize warning signs, set boundaries, and prioritize their mental health. If you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, it is important to seek out support and prioritize your own mental health. Remember, you are not alone, and there is always help available. Thank you for joining us today on Mindful Health Hub. Remember, it's important to take care of yourself and prioritize your own mental health, especially when dealing with an abusive relationship. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Until next time, take care.